first, because we said this before. Entergy held news conferences days prior to Hurricane Ida coming through Louisiana that power being out was going to be the main concern. So obviously it's one of the big issues that we're having right now, and hopefully after they make those assessments, which might take a couple of days, then we can go ahead and start getting power turned back on.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think everybody out there agrees with me.
You know, I was listening to Governor John Bel Edwards a little bit earlier during the times that he did a flyover of this area, and at that time he said about 80% of the rescues happened in St. John Parish. So that just gives you a sense of the devastation in this community. But as we have said so many times, this community is resilient. So many people still working to clean out their homes, and there is a lot of progress that has been made despite what we're seeing here in St. John, and but there's a long way to go forward. And to tell us more about the progress here is Parish President Jacqueline Hotar. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know that it's a busy time for you, and obviously there's a lot going on. One of the first things I wanted to ask you, obviously you see the street that we're standing on and the debris that's still in front of a lot of people's houses. A quick question for people here. When can we expect to see some progress in getting that picked up?
We are currently picking up debris right now all throughout the parish, particularly this street. We'll have a truck here tomorrow, but we do have about 45 of the big trucks out in the parish picking up vegetation, construction debris, and white goods.
There was an intense storm that had passed through this site.
Our tour of Whitney Plantation begins at the end.
This church was built by freedmen and women in 1870.
1870. Wow. Antioch Baptist Church is the last stop as you tour the grounds where the formerly enslaved once lived and worked.
The door has been completely ripped off of its hinges.
The damage is evident. The 19th century stoves at the entrance of the church covered in plaster and debris. A statue of a formerly enslaved little girl, just one of the children of Whitney, damaged. I know that, you know, when this happened in Houston, they leaned on us and we've leaned on them. We've had so many people leave the city to go to Houston, to go to Texas and Dallas. So hopefully people continue to support each other and help each other and to find some light in all of this, really just to find some light. And we're finding a little bit of light right now. Let's just kind of just give us something to smile about. You know, our Saints, we know that they were evacuated to Dallas. Their practice was at AT&T Stadium, if you can believe that. We just projected just a couple of minutes ago, our political analysts say that New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell will be reelected. This will be her second term as mayor. So when we started the talk series, we started it after the police killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. We started to notice more and more people opening up their minds, opening up their hearts, and hoping to reach some sort of understanding of what it means to be in another person's skin, to live another person's life. At the beginning of our series, we introduced you to Antonio Travis and Marty Mayer, two men from the same city who grew up in two different worlds. So we brought them together here on Bayou Road inside of Whiskey and Sticks, hoping their continued conversation would lead to a better understanding. When you were talking about having jazz at Congo Square, did you think that that was going to coincide with the battle that we're having over Armstrong Park, over Congo Square right now when it comes to this building that sits just right in front of us?
No, we didn't have that in mind. But there's always some kind of battle or some struggle, one way or another. You know, it's an ongoing thing. If it has to do with, you know, displacement or gentrification or this or that,